Are you missing out on a huge opportunity to use heat maps? Heat maps are going to help you wrap your head around and understand how to create a better website experience and create content and copy that really generates the clicks you actually want to happen. Essentially, what it's doing is using color variation to interpret data over a given landing page or section of your website. Okay, great, but how does that actually help you write better copy? Well, I am willing to die on the hill that copy dictates design in the messaging hierarchy and not the other way around. Design doesn't come first, copy leads, and design enhances that and makes it a more beautiful, user helpful experience. Being able to metabolize that information that copy and design bring together through the lens of a heat map is so very helpful. Like, it almost feels like cheating or kind of spying on your website visitors, which is creepy, but legal and helpful. And you know, if you've been around here, that copywriting is absolutely essential to your small business. It's gonna hook your audience, turn heads, and ultimately help them understand that you are the missing puzzle piece to help get their problem solved. And imagery and design alone on your website can't do that. Okay, if you're ready to go ahead and start using heat maps on your website, promise it's easier than you think. Hit that like button and let's go ahead and jump in. By the way, if we have not yet met, my name is Ashlyn Carter. I'm a conversion copywriter for creatives like you, because not knowing what to say shouldn't be the thing holding you back from making sales. If you like the kind of content that I'm putting down over here, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you will not miss out when the next one of these drops. Okay, let's get into it, starting with number one. What do heat maps even have to do with copy? Okay, so heat maps are just another tool for you to put in your backpack as you start to try to figure out what works and what doesn't work on your website. And there you already have things like customer surveys, even on-page surveys or chat boxes. You've got those Google Analytics that you're hopefully taking a look at from time to time. A/B split testing, I've talked about that before. And you're also, I hope, trying some session recordings, kind of like what user testing is. I've done a video on that before, I'll link down below. All this helps you do two big things. Numero uno, see where your copy and content is working or failing. And number two, it's gonna help you brainstorm some ways that you can problem solve at those sticky points on your landing page. The coolest thing that any of these tools do is they give you a little window into the mind of your reader. You actually get to get outside of yourself and see how somebody else experiences your website and moves around it. Sumo explained heat maps as a visual guide to help you understand your readers' habits. There are three types of heat maps I'm gonna unpack right here. Two in particular are the favorite children, at least for me. Number one is scroll maps. Those are gonna show you how far down people scroll. Traditionally, I think this is the picture that comes to mind, I'll put one right here, that people think of when they think of a heat map. We're seeing here what percentage even hit the call to action. Are they dropping off? Sure, it may be because the design was distracting and cluttered, but the copy and the content also come into play there. Maybe it got super boring and dull, it was unclear, confusing, and they dropped off. How long did they scroll down? Did the copy and the design help them read from one line to the next, to the next, to the next? The second type is click maps. A click map is going to show this information in more concentrated dark spots where people are clicking a lot. That's a popular spot. And the more faded, spread out places, not a lot of people are clicking there. What's so cool here is to see what CTAs are actually of most interest to people. What up in your navigation bar are they not interested in at all? Yes, your Google Analytics and things like that will tell you, but you can just see it so visually and crystal clear with the click map. Another cool thing is that you start to see what may look like a button, but isn't actually functioning as a button. We'll talk about that more towards the end of the video. Okay, the third and final type of heat map I'm gonna talk about, but not as much as the other two, is mouse tracking. This is where you can see how someone moves their cursor around your website, what areas of the page they're flocking to the most. Here's a pro tip to go ahead and wrap up how heat maps can actually help with your copy. Absolutely install these on your website before you do a major website gut or refresh. Otherwise, you're just picking things to update because you think you should update them, but we have got to actually listen to what people need and how they're moving around and make the data-driven decisions off of that for your new website refresh. I'm gonna show you later on in the video how to set it up. It's super simple, but just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, you understand how heat maps pull together how people read and interact with your website in a visual manner, but how does this wizardry happen, you ask? Okay, basically it's just collecting aggregate data like any tool would do. Like, again, I keep referring Google Analytics, but it's just pulling information together and then it's reporting it back to you in a visual layout. So if you can read a weather radar, then you can read a heat map because it's very similar in how it visually translates that information to you. The darker areas are more concentrated, those are getting a lot of action, and the lighter, more sparse areas are less popular. All this works in tandem to give you a more complete, robust picture of how your website's working for your users. That brings us to the juicy part, how to actually start using heat maps. Okay, TBH, this is probably gonna be the easiest marketing task on your to-do list all week. You're welcome, I love you too. It takes about 2 to 5 minutes to do. You can pause this video along with me and do it. I am gonna recommend a tool called Hotjar. That's been my favorite in the agency side of my business. That's the tool that we use when we're working with clients and we're pulling these, like I said, we're gonna do this pull of information and data before we start judging and even reworking their website copy and brand message. So this is my preferred tool, but there's other great tools like Sumo, Crazy Egg. You could pretty much just do a search for heat map tools and find one, but I'm gonna show you how to do it with Hotjar. So we just launched my first custom website. Been in business 5.5 years, it feels good. Have not installed heat maps on that, so I'm gonna flip the camera around and in real time show you this install so you can follow along. Okay, so this is inside Hotjar. Let me back up though and show you. I pulled up the homepage website so you just know what to do when you're hopping in. It's very cost effective. There's a link down below the video so you can hop in there. And the first thing you're gonna need to do is create an account. So just click the try it free button. You can actually get a lot of great information even just with their free version. But I wanted to pull up this because the smart thing to do, what I want you to do actually first, backtrack it a little, is go look at your Google Analytics and see how much traffic hits your website every day, like how many unique views hit this landing page or whatever, and then base your payment off that. So again, you may can get a good bit of information with this, but if you're getting like more hits a day or a lot more hits a day, way a lot more, you may want to consider doing this for a little while. If you want to pay for this every month and budget for that in your business, that's great. I think you could get a dang good amount of information either on the free account, like I said, or just paying for a little while, getting yourself a pool of information, make some decisions, and then come back in 6 months and like do it again. I would rather you like make decisions with what you have. I'm going to talk about that more at the end of the video. Okay, so I am going to hop into, this is my dashboard. So you're going to set up an account. You're going to come in here. And what I want you to do, you can also, what's helpful is you can have different businesses. Like, so if you've got clients that you want to run these on, you can do that in there. But see, like none of this is up because the code is on my old website, not the new website. So the first thing that we are going to do is need to grab that code and put it inside of your website. To do that, I'm going to come up to settings, sites and organizations. Like I said, I've got other clients in here, but what I want to do is grab this tracking code. So when you log in and make a new account and you first set up your website, like if I clicked up on this plus sign, add new site, it's going to give you the tracking code. So I'm going to click view, copy this sucker, and now I'm just going to go put it in the head section. I have a website on Show It, so let me show you where that goes and what that looks like. Inside of Show It, I'm going to come, this is on the home page, I'm going to make sure, yep, home, and I will come down to advanced settings, and this is where I can edit the custom head HTML. So I'm going to come in here and just pop this down below so that code is in. I'm going to click save and then publish. In just a sec, in this video, I'm going to tell you all the pages. I'm going to recommend 5 spots on your website. You just install this little code and you're done. It's that easy. I also am going to recommend that you install heat maps on 5 major pages of your website, at least for most creative entrepreneurs. Those are going to be your homepage, your work with me or services page, however you have that set up, your overall blog page, so the page they look on to pick a blog to read, your most popular blog posts, so a piece of long form content that lives on your website. Let's look at one of those. And then number 5, what is your moneymaker page? Maybe this is a sales page or an SLO sales page, tripwire page. Maybe it's a long form services page that you have. Whatever the moneymaker page is, I want you to install a heat map for that as well. Okay, that's it. If you follow those instructions, you're gonna have a live functioning heat map on your website ready to go ahead and start collecting it though. All right, that brings me to this last part. I'm gonna give you quickly 6 changes that you could make from reading a heat map. So you let this little baby bird fly, you have the heat maps running on your website. Now, once you get back the data and the reports, those click maps and those scroll maps, you're gonna start looking at them and making decisions. This part is important. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I put things out there to measure. I actually have to look at the data, interpret it, and make changes. Otherwise, I'm just running tests for the heck of it. So this part is important. Okay, number 1, HubSpot tells us about 55% of visitors on your website, they're spending less than 15 seconds on your website. And Sumo tells us that about 80% of visitors and readers that are soaking up all that beautiful long form content you're putting out there. PSA, I did a video the other week on my content creation template, so grab that. watch it after this one. But 80% of people aren't making it to the bottom of that long form blog page that you have. So the first thing I want you to look at is what all did people do on your website before they bounced, before they left. If they left without converting, I want to know what it was they were doing. Also, here is a plug for my Google Docs website template freebie. You have got to have drilled down, even for your homepage, every page of your website, you need to note the one goal you want the reader to do, the user to do, because that is how you're going to start measuring the conversions or what it is that you want to happen. I work with so many creatives and sometimes the website's up and it's beautiful, but how do you actually know it's working? Okay, so for instance, if you're looking and you see that one section of the page is getting a majority of the attention, you can go ahead and shift your most important and impactful copy to that section. Maybe that's where you're gonna go ahead and focus and drop off some of your most incredible get out of my head moments in your copy. By the way, hit subscribe and the bell next to it because I am doing a video soon about how to gather really great voice of customer data, client and customer voice hacking. So maybe you learned that that page, that spot on the website is where you want to focus some of that. Another thing you may want to do is move the call to action up or duplicate it and have the call to action again above the fold. Once you look at this heat map, you at least know 100% of the traffic is hitting that top part of the page, right? That's where everybody's landing. So go ahead and use that to your benefit. Okay, then go ahead and take a look at your click maps. Here are 5 things you may want to do to change up your website as you're reading that aggregate data. Number 1, like I said earlier, what was a wasted click? I don't know why this is one of my favorite things to learn, but it's so cool to see like where people are clicking and you think that's not even a button. Why are you clicking there? But maybe it's an image or something that looks juicy and clickable. Make that a URL link. Or if the purpose of the imagery or design element is not to cause them to click, but to push them to keep reading or whatever it is that that design element, imagery element is serving, maybe you want to change it a little bit more so it isn't so clicky looking. The second thing, again, fascinating, look up in your navigation. You'll look at this in tandem with your Google Analytics, but what up in the navigation bar is absolutely no one and their mother clicking on. That is just wasted space up there. Clear it out, clear the clutter. It'll be a lot cleaner up at the nav bar. Number 3, classic, you can always look to enhance your CTA. So how can you make those buttons even more clickable? Do you need to use a really bright standout color, complementary color in your business? This is one thing, again, I'm calling out my creatives because I work with so many, but is everything so on brand and dreamy that the CTA buttons don't stand out? People like to click things that look like a button, so go ahead and make it pop. Make it a little bit bigger, maybe than you're even comfortable with. Make the copy on there big and stand out. It has to look like something I want to press. Next up, you may decide you want to strengthen your headline or your hook copy. Even once you enhance that call to action button itself, maybe you learn that you want to make the button even juicier with the body copy around it, the subheadline, the headline, whatever is surrounding that. Maybe that would help enhance it. And last thing, are they clicking nothing? Oh no, this is the worst thing that could happen, but sometimes it happens, again, because I said everything is just so beautiful and dreamy and ethereal that I don't know what to click on because nothing really is calling me to click. Or conversely, it's so cluttered and overwhelming that I have analysis paralysis. I don't know what to click on. I'm stressed out a little bit, so I don't know what you're trying to get me to do on the website. I feel like it's like the Oriental Trading Magazine effect, if you ever got that to your house in, what was that, the 90s? It's just so much that I give up. I hope you've seen how heat maps can be an absolute game changer for your website and your copy for your business. It's like if you're speaking in a room, you don't want to get up and start talking and everybody peace out and go somewhere else. You want them to stay and listen to what you have to say, and it works the same way on your website. Not only will you be able to see where your users are spending the most time on your website or your shop, but you're going to be able to see the best locations for copy and hooks and sticky messages and also those CTAs. Ever important. All right, if you liked this video and you want more tips like this, then tap that thumbs up button or the heart. That's gonna let the algorithm know you wanna see more of this. You know how it works. And go ahead and leave in the comments too. I'm curious, do you want to try heat maps? Have you started? Did you do this tutorial as I walked through it? Are you using Hotjar? Do you recommend another tool? Love to know. And like I said, be sure to subscribe to the Ashlyn Rates channel. Over the next few weeks, I'm gonna be getting even more of my hot takes on sales pages and how you can really enhance those in your business to start converting more on your website. And that does it. Check out the next video on your screen. I'm gonna be jumping into some of my very best tips to write faster. The copy and the content of your business is a bear, I know, so be sure to check out that video and speed up your habits.